A very good morning and warm welcome to you, dear students, to your civics class. Today we will continue studying Chapter 2, the Indian Parliament Part 3. This is the final part of this lesson. Now, in the previous class, you have learnt about the function of the Parliament, how the laws are made, and how the laws are amended. Isn't it? Now, let's go ahead. In this third part, you will learn about the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and how does the Parliament make laws. That is the process of making laws. Now there's a document which has to be put forward in both the houses of the Parliament. And when this document is put forward, there are a lot of discussions and deliberations on the matter of hand. You have seen in the previous video where you have seen there are two meetings I showed you, right, of the Lok Sabha meeting and the Rajya Sabha meeting, and how there were a lot of discussions and interactions between all the politicians and members of parliament, right? Now we will see the process also. Now it goes to 3 steps or processes to make into a law. First it goes to a first reading, then there's a second reading, and there's a third reading. It goes through, when it completes all the 3 readings successfully between both the houses agree, then that particular document or statement or proposal becomes into a law. Now you have seen this person, you might have seen this person. He is Om Birla, he is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. And this is M. Venkaiah Naidu, he is the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Now let's go ahead. Now we will see the explanation of part 3 of this lesson. This is an important part, children, so pay attention very carefully.
Cover the following topics: the Indian Parliament, 2 houses of the Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the elections and functions of these 2 houses. Today we will study about Speaker of Lok Sabha, the Chairman of Rajya Sabha, and how does the Parliament make laws. So let's begin with Speaker of Lok Sabha. Mr. Om Birla is the present Speaker of Lok Sabha. In the very first meeting after the election of Lok Sabha, the members of Lok Sabha elect a Speaker and a Deputy Speaker. Lok Sabha functions under the guidance and control of the Speaker. As the name suggests, Lok Sabha represents the citizens and Speaker represents the Lok Sabha. Let's see the functions of the Speaker. After getting elected as Speaker, he or she has to conduct the business or work or function of the House in an unbiased manner. It means without favoring any particular person or party, he conducts the meetings of the House. Lok Sabha members have some rights and privileges as the representatives of people. So all these rights and privileges are taken care of by the Speaker. He has to maintain the decorum and dignity of the House. He takes care that the rules and practices of the House are respected and all the members respect each other as well. He also interprets or declares the rules of the daily functioning of the House, and everyone works accordingly. He decides as to when a member shall speak and how long he or she shall speak. Now let's move forward to the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is the current Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Vice President is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. He controls over the functions or working of Rajya Sabha as the Speaker does in Lok Sabha. Another function of chairman is to maintain discipline in the House. Whenever there is any discussion in the House on any bill, he takes care of the discipline and decorum of the House. Next is facilitates discussions. He facilitates discussions. It means he assists each party individually and prepare them to have a conversation by giving them chance to speak and to give their views on the bill that is presented in the House. Now let's see how does the Parliament make laws. In our country, the Parliament is empowered. It means it has all power to make laws, and there is a certain system to make laws. And this system is known as law-making process. In the beginning, a rough draft of the law is prepared. This draft or outline is known as draft proposal of the law or bill of law. It means it is a rough plan. There are two types of bills that are primarily introduced in the House are money bill and ordinary bill. Money bill is presented always in Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have same set of rights, but there are some rights which are available to Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha separately, and one of them is money bills. Laws related to money bills are mostly introduced or passed in Lok Sabha. Now let's move forward and see the process. In order to make a bill into an act or law, it has to undergo following process. First reading, then second reading, third reading, bill in other house, and President's assent. So we will study them one by one. In the first reading, the Minister of the concerned department or members of the Parliament presents the bill and briefly explain it as well. There are two stages of the second reading. In the first stage, the objectives of the bill, what are the aims and objectives of the bill, they are discussed and members in the House express their opinions on it. After that, the members who supports the bill give favorable opinion, and on the other hand, the opponents or the members who are not in favor of the bill discuss the defects and faults in the bill. After the discussion within the House, as per the requirement, the bill is sent to a committee of the House. The committee can give some instructions or recommend some changes to make the bill flawless. In the second stage of the second reading, the bill is discussed thoroughly, clause by clause. So members can also suggest some changes in this stage also. After this lengthy discussion, voting is taken in the House. Let's move to the third reading. During third reading, bill is discussed briefly again. Voting is done for the final approval in the House. If it gets the required majority, it means if the majority of the members are in favor of this bill, then the bill is considered as passed by the House. the bill undergoes the same procedure or the process in the other house. After getting an approval by both the houses, the bill is further sent for the approval by the President. If there is difference of opinion between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha over any specific bill, then the further discussion is done in the joint meeting of both the houses. And after the final assent and signature of the President, the bill is converted into the law and the law is made. In this way, we can say that making of law is a lengthy process and discussions and deliberations are very much required for this. Okay. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you.
So students, you have understood the chapter very well. I'm sure of that. You have learned many things in this. You have learned how there are the two houses of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, how they are having the discussions, meetings. You have seen it also live, right? In the recorded live videos. You know about there's a formulation of laws, control over how the President has control over the Council of Ministers and the Prime Minister, and how there's amendments in the Constitution, right? Also, you have seen the constituents of the state-wise representation of the members, right? Now, in this part, you have studied about the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, speaker of the Lok Sabha, and the process of making the law. It goes through different steps: first reading, second reading, third reading, and the other 2-3 steps, until it goes to the President lastly. And President makes it once he knows that there's a approval, there's a agreement between the two houses for that particular bill, and he finds it that it's important for the nation, that law, so he approves it. Once it is approved, it goes into our constitution book, and then we have to follow that law. Now children, we'll go to do one activity, right? This is a state-wise and union territory-wise representation of members of parliament. You have seen in the previous video I have given you an activity on this state-wise representation where you have to find out 2 places. Now I want you to find out the members. How many members are there in each of the states? There are 39. You can see all the states over here, right? So I want you to find out all the names and places of and the seats in each and every part of this pie chart. And now there's a new thing, the union territory wise. Here you can see the pie chart of the union territory. So I wanted to find out the names of these places and also the number of seats occupied by the members of the parliament. In this is the link given in the description below. I want to click on this link, go to the website and find out all this information. Then I want you to write this in Google Classroom and also in your book. Draw this chart also, both the charts, state-wise representation of members and union territory-wise representation of members. Okay, thank you.